Hi everyone, Anthony Morgan's Training Academy. Okay, I'm going to give you probably five things today um, that will finish any fight. And I say finish any fight. Um, they're kind of brutal, but if you need to finish the fight fast. C. Joe James DeMille used to always say this. He'd say, "This is not a social event, so don't bring a lunch." Well, a lot of times you may have groceries in the car, you need to get home, get in the refrigerator. So, and I know that sounds simple, but once you take a few techniques and master that technique, it's going to be easy for you to get that job done. Now, when I say the five or so techniques, this is one of my training dummies. Not the wooden dummy, but it's one of those rubber mannequin heads. Think about think about the headbutt. Okay, now a lot of people think the headbutt is coming in from the angle here, coming in the angle here. That's a good way to injure yourself. Um, the thousands of headbutts I've ever done, I don't feel a thing. Of course, I hit with the top of my head. So if this is the person's face, I don't want to stand upright like this and do this. Okay, I want to be able to get down like this, grab the head, and go like that. Now, I want to come up underneath and I want to target the nose. Why do I want to target the nose? Because if you break the nose, the eyes are going to water. Okay, and when the eyes water, they can't see what they're doing. So just taking the face like so. Okay, now you're saying, well, how do I get in to take the face? Well, I would say 90% of the time to get in that close is going to be easy because everybody wants to fight from that close. Now, a lot of guys will come in and grab you by the shirt and they will start to draw back to hit you. That's your time to move in, to grab their neck here, okay? And as they're grabbing here, they're trying to pull you in. Okay, so when they try to pull you in, you grab the neck here and you go bang here and you headbutt them. That alone in itself is going to catch them off guard. Now, once you catch them off guard, the next position could be an elbow to the side of the face, okay, or it could be to the bridge of the nose. Now, a lot of times, if I move in here and I headbutt here, okay, now their instinct is to bring their hands up to the head. Now, once they bring their hands up here, I take this leading elbow and I still have one hand around their head. So their hands will come up. I will take this leading elbow here and I start just smashing the hand that they have up here into their face. And you say, well, that's kind of cruel and unusual punishment. It's self-defense. You have to protect, especially if you're a female, and you don't have the same strength as that the guy that may be attacking you. But there's no muscle around that will prepare you for getting hit in the nose. You can't build those up. You can't build your nose up to where it can take punishment. The elbow is one of the hardest bones in the body. So if you're driving that in, the head's hard. So if I come in here and I headbutt here, and then I start driving that elbow into their hand, now into their head, that's going to do a lot of damage. And like I said, this is self-defense. This is not, as Cjo said, a social event. Okay. Now the next thing, so that gives you like two. Okay. Now I can, as I'm grabbing the head, I can start applying the knees in here. Okay. I can start applying those knees. I can apply the knees. Usually I like going for the hip, and I like just hammering the hip. You can get up into the rib cage, but you have to be a little bit more flexible. So that's basic three, okay? Now the fourth, which would get into, if I can come in here and I can headbutt here, and then I can drive a bilgee into the eyes, Now, sometimes the bilgee is going to be, if his hands are in the way, you may have to move the hands out of the way. And if I start hitting the hands with the elbow, okay, he's going to move his hands out to cover. That's when the eye jab comes in. There again is to get away from this subject. Now you think, well, if I did a headbutt and you did elbows, don't you think you could get away? Well, sometimes it might really tick the guy off, and you have to say to yourself, okay, is he going to be mad? Is he going to, maybe he puts his head down when you headbutt him and it doesn't get to the nose. There's always these situations that you're going to be up against that you have to think to yourself, what if this doesn't work? What if it does work? And you're always running these scenarios. And so when you're training, you're doing the same thing. So the first one is the headbutt, the second one is the elbow, the third one is the knee, the fourth one is the eye jab. Now, the fifth one, and this is not trying to eliminate him as a human being, but when you come in here and you hit the throat here, now you can do it like this, okay? You just hit the throat there, okay? And sometimes you'll hit the throat this way. But you're not trying to necessarily break the trachea or any of the small bones in the neck, but you just want to hit him enough to them to go like that. That gives you the opportunity to leave at that point, okay? People say, well, just kick him in the groin. It's really hard to kick somebody in the groin. I've been kicked hard, and sometimes you can withstand that. A lot of times you can't get a groin kick if the guy's standing a certain way. But these are almost guaranteed. The headbutt's always guaranteed that I can get it in because everybody wants to get close. Okay, the elbows are really good to get in. The knees are really good to get in. But you have to practice them, okay? And it can be anything. It could, you could have a post just standing somewhere and just start applying the knees, okay? You can take a post like this and you can headbutt. You can take a post and you can start driving those elbows. You can stand back here and you can finger jab to the eyes. You can go here to the throat. Those 5 will save your life. And put them in your toolbox, put them in your tool pouch, and get really good at those 5. You don't have to know how to box really well. You don't have to know how to kick really well. All you have to understand is, can I headbutt? Can I knee? Can I elbow? Okay? Can I finger jab to the eyes? And can I hit the throat? That's gonna get you out of a lot of hard situations. And so just those basic 5s, okay? And like a post, the post works really good for this headbutt, okay? Just put some padding around it and get used to hitting on the top of the head. But make sure if you're using a post to put pad around it so you're not injuring your elbow, you're not injuring your finger jabs. And if you're working with a friend or something, I like motorcycle helmets, okay? I have padded helmets, I have all kinds of gear, but a motorcycle helmet works really well for headbutts. It also works good with the clear shield so that I can do finger jabs. If you don't have the helmet, make sure you put safety glasses on so when you come in for a finger jab that you're not going to hurt them. They do have neck things that protect your neck. I have one in the back over there that for bull riders. Protects your neck really well. But those 5, okay, 5 for self-defense, and it will get you out of a lot of trouble and get you home at night so your ice cream's not melting. So until next time, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you then.